Some reality stars live by the motto, go big or go home. Whether it's driving a Rolls Royce or purchasing a necklace worn by Princess Diana, these stars have no problem spending lavishly. We originally met Kylie Jenner as a precocious 10-year-old when her family's show Keeping Up with the Kardashians debuted back in 2007. But these days, she's a bona fide media mogul who boasts nearly 400 million Instagram followers and an estimated net worth of $680 million.
If I could give some advice, it's do something that you love.
So if you're wondering how Kylie manages to spend that much dough, look no further than her extravagant car collection. Business Insider reported that Jenner's car collection is worth almost $1 million, which kicked off with her first car at age 16. Unlike most teens, Jenner received a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon for her 16th birthday, estimated to cost around $225,000. Since then, she's added to her collection with a fleet of other luxury vehicles, including multiple Rolls Royces, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and more. She once took to her YouTube account back in 2019 to walk through all her vehicles for her fans, including the first car she ever purchased, a white Range Rover. One reason viewers tune into the Real Housewives franchise week after week? The incredible fashion sported by the wealthy ladies. That means that the cast members have to keep up in the style department, which, according to Town & Country, means purchasing designer clothes straight out of their own wallet. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member, Crystal Kung Minkoff, opened up to the outlet about this very expensive job hurdle, saying, "This is going to sound so weird, but what to wear is the hardest part for me on the show. I am not into fashion. It's not my thing, but fashion is its own character on the show." That led to her spending a reported tens of thousands of dollars on clothing to try and keep up with her fellow housewives. Fortunately, Kung Minkoff's estimated net worth is around $1 million. One of the more outlandish reality TV splurges come from none other than one of the original villains of the genre, Spencer Pratt. The star, who gained fame on MTV's The Hills in the 2000s, frequently talks about his time in the spotlight. He even revealed that he made up to $175,000 per episode at the height of the show's popularity. And though Pratt hasn't been on our small screens in quite some time, he was candid about how he spent that chunk of change while speaking to CNBC back in 2018. Pratt shared, "It's really easy to spend millions of dollars if you're not careful, and you think it's easy to keep making millions of dollars. The money was just coming so fast and so easy that my ego led me to believe that, oh, this is my life forever." Since he assumed the money would keep rolling in, some of the wildest items he purchased included wines that cost $4,000 per bottle and enough crystals to amount to around $1 million. Fortunately, Pratt revealed to the outlet that his wife and fellow reality star, Heidi Montag, eventually stepped in to budget their money. He told CNBC, "I love to spend money, and she loves to not spend money. If we had her as the accountant back in the day, we would have $20 million in the bank account right now." It's a given that reality stars purchase themselves big mansions to live in. But did you know they sometimes buy them for their dogs too? Yep, stars like Paris Hilton's gaggle of tiny pups don't just live in the lap of luxury. They live in their own gigantic 2-story doghouse. Hilton had a mansion constructed for her pups that consists of an impressive 300 square feet and reportedly has a price tag of $325,000, according to Curbed Los Angeles. Among the doghouse's amenities, a balcony, a chandelier made of black crystals, glamorous designer furniture, and clay roof tiles.
I love animals.
When you're a multi-millionaire, spending money on things like mansions and luxury cars must get old. Maybe that's why Kim Kardashian decided to purchase something not many people would ever be able to get their hands on, a necklace worn by the late Princess Diana. Kardashian purchased the sentimental piece, an amethyst cross called the Atala Cross, at a Sotheby's Royal and Noble sale in January 2023. And since the jewelry item carried pretty impressive significance, it came with a hefty price tag. Kardashian reportedly outbid other buyers at auction to snag the necklace for a whopping $197,453. The piece was originally created back in the 1920s by one of Princess Diana's favorite jewelry designers, Gerard. It reportedly features a total diamond weight of 5.25 carats. The owner of the necklace, before Kardashian, told Veranda, "Princess Diana and my father were friends, and I remember that she often came to see him at the historic Gerard store on Regent Street, where his office was, and she would ask to borrow the pendant on several occasions. She really loved the piece." Reality stars aren't immune to scandals, and when the drama gets a little too crazy, sometimes they need to call in reinforcements. In December 2020, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Erika Jayne found herself in hot water. The drama started after her lawyer husband, Tom Girardi, became the target of several lawsuits regarding his treatment of client funds. The couple had recently divorced in November 2020 prior to the news breaking, and public perception of the couple was at an all-time low. One of the points of contention was $25 million that Jayne's company had spent after it had been transferred from Girardi's law firm.
We've been married 15 and a half years. Being broke sucks and being rich is a lot better.
In August 2021, Page Six reported how the reality star had spent that sum, shedding light on things like Jayne's Glam Squad charges and some other interesting expenses. The charges included large sums to multiple public relations groups, as well as suspicious amounts paid out to the Los Angeles Times and the Hollywood Reporter, possibly for image control purposes.